What is up, everybody? Welcome back to On Thin Ice. This is the podcast where Peyton and I we ask each other icebreaker questions, and 9 times out of 10, they're very good, very hard hitting, very thought provoking icebreaker questions that are very good, and they entice people to want to talk to one another. I don't know where I'm going with this, but
I know the listeners, for the listeners out there, they didn't see this, but when you went up to grab your camera and adjust it, I thought you were just gonna go in for a whole bit like you, you there. Just start threatening people.
I'm done. I'm done.
It's your phone that's your camera, right?
No, I got a webcam.
Oh, well, the way you just picked that up, it looked like there was a fly that wasn't supposed to be there, and you're just like, scoop.
No, it's my Logitech
Mute,
webcam.
mute when the snail finally catches up.
Like a Black Phillip back there, watching, waiting.
Black Adam?
No, God, don't ever say that again.
Yes.
We talked about good movies, not bad movies. What the fuck?
Did you know that I added that to the list?
Bad movies?
Yep, I sure did.
What are your favorite bad movies that are bad and they're not actually your favorites because they suck?
No, just what are the worst bad movies out there? Like, just absolute dog shit. We're gonna trash on them. That'll happen sometime down the line.
Oh, dude, man, you should have prepped me for that one. I could have started making my list, checking it twice. God damn.
You're prepped now.
Well, if you want to do something like that, tell me in advance so I can make a list. Cause dude, you already know I got some movie takes that I could fucking talk about for sure.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, speaking of movie takes, I have a little bit of a movie update on my Friday the 13th adventure that I've been taking. Finally got around
Did you finish them?
Well, I finally got around to watching 9. Jason Goes to Hell. It was shit, but also I accidentally got the censored version. Yeah. I was talking to Toby. I was messaging Toby about this and Derek, and I was like, "Hey, is Jason Goes to Hell censored? Because like all 4 of the kills I've seen so far have been like off camera or really not that bad at all." And Toby was like, "What? No, this is like one of the most gruesome Friday the 13ths in the series." And I was like, "There can't be.
Oh.
That can't be because this one, like, everything's happening off screen." So he's like, "Nah, dude, on this kill, this person gets this and shit, and then Jason does this to this person and shit." And I'm like, No, I seen that one, and that did not happen. I know what he's talking about, but I did not see it. And I went back and watched a kill compilation, like uncensored, just to see, like, to make sure it was in fact a censored version. Lo and behold, some fucking dickhole decided to censor a Friday the 13th movie. I'm like, that's the only
What's the
reason
point?
you fucking watch those movies, because the plot sucks, the characters are ass. Like, there's no point in watching these movies other than the kills. Why would you censor it? That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So, unfortunately, I fucked my experience up on that one. However, it was fairly delightful to see the Necronomicon from Evil Dead in the movie. That was pretty funny. And then also Freddy Krueger's hand reaching up and grabbing Jason's mask and dragging him to hell. That was pretty cool too. So it was like,
That's neat.
joined all the fucking horror movies together and shit. It's pretty cool. But oh, and I also saw Beetlejuice 2 over
Beetlejuice, or you saw just the original?
Beetlejuice.
Okay.
Beetlejuice. The new one in theaters. I seen that one
Beelzebub.
on the 5th.
We are probably going to watch it. I just watched Beetlejuice, the original one, for the first time with Lou. Yep, the other night.
What
my
the
first time
fuck?
watching it.
Dude,
As
that's
part of the spooky season.
That's a classic, man.
Yeah.
I've watched that movie a million times. Like, I've seen it a lot, and I love it.
It's definitely creepy. Those sandworms are much scarier than the ones in Dune.
Yeah, they're cooler too. Way cooler.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice though, spoiler-free review. Very good. I thought it was pretty good. Usually I go into sequels with a very, very skeptical frame. I don't normally have very high hopes for sequels nowadays, so I went into the theater thinking that I was probably going to be disappointed, and I left the theater surprisingly happy. I was super pumped about it. I thought it was pretty good. So
Yo,
it's fun.
Plus.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun sequel. I think that if they were going to do a sequel at all, they did a pretty damn good job. So there's that. But anyway, what about you? What about your movie updates, if anything, other than Beetlejuice for the first fucking time? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'll probably save my movie updates for an upcoming episode that I know we're gonna do, just because we're getting into the holiday season, even though it's like a full blown season for horror.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been kind of hitting some off of my list. The one I did you watch The Strangers? The original one from 2008 or 2007?
I'm pretty sure I watched that. At least I watched part of it a long time ago with my buddy Trey, I think. It was either with him or my girlfriend at the time or something. I think we watched it, but I don't remember barely any of it.
I hated it. I thought it was fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
it
remember
was.
anything about it to give you a legitimate
I actually I
perspective.
got kind of spooked. Like I was sitting in my chair, just chilling, watching this movie in the dark, and like there's a couple times where I was like, oh, in the first like 20 minutes of it, and then I started to realize, oh no, it's just loud. Loud equals scary, I guess, and
Yeah.
it was an hour and a half of just like jump scares, and it's the tackiest shit ever.
Yeah.
Not fucking scary whatsoever. And people are just so oblivious. It's hitting every horror movie trope that there possibly is. And even the most iconic line in the whole movie, when the one of the victims is asking, "Why are you doing this to us?" and one of the killers responds with, "Because you were home." Even the delivery of those lines was so terrible that I almost threw up. I was so upset.
I could have swore Derek just did a Strangers review.
He did for Strangers Chapter 1.
Oh yeah, Strangers Chapter 1. There it is. Okay. I was like, I know I seen him do a Strangers review of some kind, but I wasn't sure what that was all about. But
Aside from horror stuff, we did watch The Boy and the Heron finally.
I still need
It's
to watch
pretty
that.
good.
I still need to watch that. I've heard it's amazing.
It's a Studio Ghibli movie. I don't think it even compares to like My Neighbor Totoro, Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, the top three. But
I don't think anything will ever touch Spirited Away for me because it's one of my favorite movies of all time. But I have heard that this is as good as Howl's Moving Castle. Like, that's what I've heard. Yeah.
it's like when you watch it, it's like, yeah, this is a Studio Ghibli movie. But I can't spoil anything, but it's a Studio Ghibli movie. You watch it and it's like there's some childlike wonder to it. There's some weird, creepy elements to it, and then at the end of it, you're like, I don't know what just happened, but there's a message there for sure.
So basically, all of the Studio Ghibli movies, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually
Is that how we're pronouncing it?
I don't know how it's pronounced. I've always pronounced it Studio Ghibli, but anyway, yeah, no, I have had somebody tell me that it is up there with Howl's Moving Castle, and I was like, I'll be the judge of that. I don't know about all that.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it up there with Howl's Moving Castle, but I think that definitely could slip in 4. If there's a top 5, I haven't seen like Princess Mononoke or like anything else.
Princess Mononoke is really good.
As
a matter of fact, I think you probably like that one more than the other ones.
The only one I've seen outside of the big 3 is Ponyo, and I
Ponyo's
thought that
really
was
good.
just stupid and goofy as shit.
I love Ponyo, dude. Ponyo's fucking sick.
I was in and out of like napping and I think sketching at the time, so
Dude.
I would just look up and I would just hear like Ponyo, And then it's a goldfish turning into a human. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Dude, somebody gets their fucking arm shot off with an arrow in Princess Mononoke. You need to watch it. Like a fucking, like a, yeah, one of those kinds of arrows. Just fucking blast his fucking arm off with it. I was like, God, and that's within like the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Like that.
Yeah, it's nuts.
There's some blood in The Boy and the Heron, and there's a handful of it.
There's plenty of blood in Princess Mononoke as well.
Alright, good.
But it's a damn good movie. I would check that one out. It is, I think, on the longer end of Studio Ghibli movies, but it's worth every second. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I think that that probably encompasses where I'm at in the movie world, though. I'm trying to watch Aliens, the sequel to Alien. I'll give my opinion on Alien later, at some point. But
Aliens.
For some reason on Hulu, Aliens, there's a delay in the audio by a full 3 seconds. It's not synced up. I'm like, I can't watch this. Yeah, on Hulu. I tried checking all my devices. Yeah.
Is it your soundbar?
I don't know. I tried checking like internet and my other devices to see if it worked on it, but it wasn't. I'll have to look into it some more because I need to watch that movie.
I would take it to unplug everything from your soundbar, like all the cords that you have plugged in your soundbar. Unplug all that shit for like 30 seconds at least, and then plug them all back in and shit and try it. And maybe it's your soundbar.
Well, nothing else is having audio problems with it. I blame James Cameron.
Interesting. Yeah, I would blame James Cameron as well. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, he made the bad movie.
Yeah, he makes a lot of bad movies.
He does.
Yeah, I don't really have any other updates.
Do you want any school updates?
Yeah, sure, why not? Fuck it. Hit me with some school updates.
Listen, dude.
Do you want to give me school updates? You sound like you don't want to.
I don't know. Juniors are a different breed, man, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers. No, so I've got this one teacher who I wanted to go and observe more classes that weren't just the sophomores that I'm attached to with my coordinating teacher. And she told me, we'll go to Mr. R's class down on the other end of the hallway in my old room. He's got college prep English. He has juniors. I'm like, okay. I go down. And I love this teacher. He's awesome. He's only been doing it for 2 years, so he like knows the stuff that I know, and he's trying to approach things the way that I would.
Right.
But his juniors, man, oh my god, there's not enough fucking textbooks in all of fucking college to make these kids want to read or think.
Yeah, well, yeah. Nobody wants to do that.
I know, it's just crazy, like how horrible they are with time management and everything. The class starts with 10 minutes of reading. You have free reading. You bring a book to class, you read it for 10 minutes. First 3 minutes are just talking nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
And then when they get into reading it, and granted, they're reading The Great Gatsby, which now I have to read because I'm going to be teaching in that class tomorrow morning. It's not great. Gatsby sucks, honestly, but it is what it is. But these kids, man, today, you're not missing out. Mr. R today gave them, he's like, I got 2 things going for you guys today, okay? I need you to read chapter 3 and pick 2 of these discussion questions and write on them. And they're like, oh, we have to read? You're going to make us read a whole chapter? 17 pages, by the way. And the whole time they're just like, oh, like they're just moaning and groaning, and it's like, you spent all that time and energy. In my mind, I'm thinking, holy shit, if I had class time to do stuff, it doesn't cut into my free time then. I'll do the homework in class, absolutely.
Yeah.
But these kids are just like, no, I think I'll just bitch and moan. And then he'll forget about the homework, and Mr. R's approach is like, I give you this time, and guess what? It's all still due tomorrow. So see you then.
Yeah. Good luck.
And he left me with that pile of shit. Sort of.
Oof.
Because one student, I go in there and I observe every day, and one student finally asked, she's like, are you gonna like teach us or something? And I'm like, that's up to his discretion. I'm like, I'm attached to this teacher and this is what I do. And then Mr. R is like, oh yeah, absolutely. If you want to come by fourth period and we can talk shop and you want to take over a discussion tomorrow, I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Sure thing, pal.
Oh, also, biggest thing that I've learned so far. High school kids have absolutely no filter whatsoever.
Oh, yeah. That's, yeah.
They would be the most pleasurable cigarettes because there's no filter on these fucking kids.
Have you ever smoked a filterless cigarette?
All the time, man. What are you talking about?
Those are the worst. Those are the least pleasurable. Those things hit like a fucking truck, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So the analogy still works.
Dude, those things hurt.
Great tobacco. So the best things I've heard so far, one student, and Gen Alpha and Gen Z do this new thing where they apologize before they say a horrendous thing, or they ask for permission and then they do it anyway.
Yeah.
I get one student that comes in late. She's like, I'm so sorry. I don't know if this is mean. I'm really sorry, but you remind me of Stuart. And I'm like, little? Like the mouse? She's like, yeah. And I'm joking back and forth with her. Of course, I'm like, is it the height? Is it the ears? Is it the big ears? And she's like, yeah, it's all of it. It's a couple things. I'm like, okay, thanks.
Detention.
Yeah, easily. Dude, one girl today even told me, and she's a senior, she's like, I'm sorry, but I saw you walking in the hallway the other day, and I definitely thought you were a freshman. And I should have told her, I'm like, I have access to the grade book.
Detention. Start throwing everybody in detention, or what is the ISS, or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, just the worst thing. And you're expelled.
Yeah, you're failing this class now.
This isn't my class, but now that I'm here and I'm a teacher, you leave.
Are you in any sports by chance? Well, not anymore.
So your coach will hear from me this afternoon. And that actually works. That scares people.
Yeah, I know. Because people love to play sports, but they fucking hate doing the other stuff that's, like, relevant.
My favorite one, though, today. The same girl, after she asked me if I'm going to be teaching her class, this junior, she asked me, are you related to Aaron? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, is he your dad? I'm like, unfortunately. And she goes, he's an alcoholic.
Wait, how did they know your dad?
Because apparently she's his neighbor.
Oh.
And to that I said, I'm so sorry. But when she said my dad was an alcoholic, I said, yeah, I know.
Thanks for letting me know, pal.
Yeah.
What
Thanks
the
for keeping me posted.
Appreciate you.
Good to know that some things never change.
God damn. You related to Aaron.
She's like, is he your dad? And I'm like, yeah, kind of, sort of. Like, he is, but I cut him off. And she's like, oh, and then it just dropped. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, no, it's okay. Like, these things need to happen sometimes for people to be better, healthy, mentally.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I left, I could hear her, like, almost break down crying. She's like, I'm so sorry. I can't believe what I just said to him. I called his dad an alcoholic. Oh, there's more light. That looks better.
Jesus Christ, dude. What
yeah,
the fuck?
No filter at all of these kids. And I don't know what to do about it. I mean, there's the juniors you can kind of talk with, more chill like. The freshmen you definitely can't. You got to be strict. Sophomores, they're pretty relaxed, and some of them want to learn and they understand the rules. And seniors just don't give a shit.
Nah, they're almost out of there, bud. They're almost out of there.
Yep, they sure are.
They're ready to fuck off, dude. Just get out of there and never come back.
Yep, but the juniors want to act like they're hot shit, and they think they're super funny, and they're not. And there's always a battle to get the last word in, and that word is not funny at any point ever. It's so cringe watching these kids with these haircuts that they have, like, just talk.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
They talk like learning is the stupidest thing ever. Like, learning and reading is millennial cringe is how they approach school. And they just speak, and it's like, man, you're a baby child. Shut your mouth and open your book.
I'm trying to remember anything about my junior year, to be honest with you. I don't remember anything about my junior year. Matter of fact, I don't remember my sophomore year either.
Yeah.
Freshman year, I think I remember more about my freshman year than I do any of them, to be honest with you. But
I just remember getting bullied and having too much homework all the time. And then senior year was kind of like my time to just chill.
Yeah, same. Why is sophomore and junior year? Why are those a blur? Why are they sandwiched in two kind of important points in life, and these two are just like.
Well, the simple answer is trauma. Where did they touch you, buddy?
I was in a very abusive relationship throughout the entirety of high school, so I don't know, but anyway.
Yeah, that's all I got for that. I figured that'd be funny to hear.
That is pretty funny. That's fucked, but that's also pretty funny. Anyway, well, I was gonna talk about our music, but I think after thinking about it a little bit, and after us discussing any of this, and realizing that we are now in September going into spooky season, we might as well just rip the Band-Aid off and talk about some fucking movies, dude, because
all right, more movie talk. Yay!
that sounds more fun anyway. We'll save our music and shit for, I don't know,
when we blow up.
Fucking yeah. Sometime when we blow up. Yeah, sure.
It's coming.
Well, the question I was gonna ask is, like, what our portfolio is. So it wouldn't matter if we blew up and talked about it because we'd already have been blown up. We wouldn't need a portfolio.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, so we're going into spooky season, and surely, if you're anything like I am, you've got a list of movies that you plan on watching, or a list of movies that you do watch every single spooky season.
You better believe it.
And we're motherfucking talking about them today. We're talking about those spooky lists today. I recently made a video on my Rustbeard channel of the best fall themed movies to watch. Specifically fall. Very broad, I guess, not very specific at all. I don't know why I said specifically, but very broad fall topic. So not necessarily horror movies. There were some kids movies on there, some horror movies. They're kind of jumbled up. But that doesn't necessarily mean we have to do that. We can stick to horror movies. We can talk about whatever movies you want. As long as they are spooky season movies that you watch for spooky season, hit them. Just let me fucking hear it.
Well, I can talk about how fun it was to actually start massively watching lots of volumes of horror movies last year, but yeah, on the subject of fall movies, I mean, these are TV shows, or I guess one of them's a collection. I don't know why I have to, like, justify what I'm saying. I can just say words. No one's watching, no one cares anyway. Harry Potter, obviously, the Harry Potter movies, that's our, like, fall, I guess it starts in the winter, sort of, is when we start watching the Harry Potter movies, but as it gets cold, we watch the Harry Potter movies every year. This year, I have the 4K versions of them in all steelbooks, so we're going to be cranking out some fucking hot chocolate and watching Professor Umbridge and having me scream at the TV every time she does a bad teacher thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
I must not tell lies.
Oh, yikes. Dude, fuck that cunt. She's awful.
Right?
So I don't know, because this is the first time I will be living with my girlfriend, and she's obsessed with Harry Potter. I might need to take her to Harry Potter Anonymous meeting. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. No, I'm just kidding. But we do partake in Harry Potter quite often, just in general. Like, every once in a while, we'll just put Harry Potter on for the sake of putting Harry Potter on, because her and I are both on the same page, where you could just, like, pick one of them, doesn't matter what it is, in any order, and just throw it on, and so forth. So, now, me and Deanna, we used to just watch them all in order every year as well when it started getting cold. I don't know if we're still going to do that, because, like I said, we kind of just have been watching. I think we watched the first two the other day, and then we almost started 3. I don't know, but and then before that we had put on I want to say Half-Blood Prince like a month ago or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, Harry Potter's usually a staple every year as well for spooky season for us.
The other show that we watch just for the fall vibes is Over the Garden Wall, of course. We're going to be rewatching that.
Absolutely.
And have you still not watched it in one sitting?
I have, yeah.
Okay, I was going to say it's a different experience. I know my first time watching it, we were doing so many episodes a night, but I think it's good to sit and watch it as like a collective film in one
Yeah, it's
sitting.
just,
You
it's the
can't, and
length
it's
of like
only
a
like
movie.
an hour. Yeah, it's an hour and 40 minutes or so with all the episodes put together.
I think it's actually less than that.
Is it like an hour and a half?
I think it's like an hour and 20.
Hmm.
I think, yeah. Hang on.
Yeah, I can't remember. I know it was really short and very easy to get through though.
Yeah, it's not very long. Um, where's the
Show
runtime, dude?
show that was so good we had to make a song out of it.
Each episode's 11 minutes.
Wow, that's Cartoon Network for you.
It's 110 minutes.
Okay, that's almost 2 hours.
Is it?
Yeah, 120 minutes, 2 hours.
That can't be right, because I've watched it in well under 2 hours, I'm pretty sure.
Brother, you have watched it in an hour and 50 minutes from the sounds of it.
Maybe, is that including all the credits and shit in the opening?
I don't know, but those need to be watched, I think, at least on the start and the finish.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the credits after each episode.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, I don't know, but I feel like it's definitely not 2 hours long. Um,
Well, it's still a fantastic show that is not really meant for kids. Kids can watch it, but like
it's fucked.
there's some adult brain level stuff going on.
Yeah.
You gotta have your fully developed prefrontal cortex, age
Dude.
25 and up, to understand some of the stuff going on.
In episode 2, Pottsville, the fucking chick,
Yeah.
chick goes up to Wirt and she's like, "Aren't you a little early to be joining us?" And he's like, "Early? No, I'm just trying to get out of here." And she said that, you're a little bit too young to be joining us yet, or something like that. And obviously, if you've watched the episode, they're all fucking dead. So, oh, spoilers, by the way. But they're all skeletons, and they're in fucking pumpkin suits and shit. And
Yeah.
she was asking it. She was like, "Man, you're not dead yet. You shouldn't be joining us."
Still the most fucked episode that I don't think I'll ever understand is when Greg is in like heaven and the south wind is coming through and blowing everything away and
Yeah.
it keeps going to the tunnel camera, whatever you want to call that. It looks
Yeah.
like an old spy movie screen.
Yeah, the whole thing is fucked. The whole show is wild, but it does have like the perfect fall vibes though. Like
Yeah, it's
perfect
incredible.
spooky season vibes for sure, especially Pottsville, to be honest with you. But the whole thing throughout is spooky season material. I mean, they're got a costume party as well, which is like that's the whole one of the whole probably the biggest points of the movie. So I think it is definitely meant to be watched during spooky season for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. I watched Friday or not Friday the 13th. Oh my god, I've got it on my brain.
You did
I need
watch
to get it
that.
out. I need to get it out. Yeah, but those are like summer horror movies. It's fucking summer camp and shit.
Yeah.
They're also all shit, so I don't watch those for spooky season anyway. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, you did watch it or you're going to?
I watched Nightmare on Elm Street 1 at the very least every Halloween.
That's on my list. I have the DVD. I'm going to be watching it this year. I don't remember it. I think I watched a couple bits of it when I was a kid. For those listening, the back of Jacob's shirt says "Welcome to Prime Time, bitch." Is that what that says?
That's exactly what it says. Welcome to primetime, bitch. Yeah. I watched the first Friday, or God damn it, Nightmare on Elm Street
You're still doing it, man.
every Halloween, without fail, for the last several years. And I will be watching all of the Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street. Just making sure I got that one right. For
Every time you
From the
close-
Crypt episode.
Every time you close your eyes, you see Jason grabbing a sleeping bag with a woman in it, hitting another woman in a sleeping bag.
Little jump scare, yeah. Dude, those movies are fucking ass. They're awful. They're fucking awful, dude.
I think I might watch the second one.
I wouldn't.
I know, but like,
Dude, save your time and watch the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. At least the first three
okay.
are really good.
Well, the thing is about
I
the
would
horror
even argue that
movies,
the first five are pretty decent, but the first three are the best.
about my list, it can be a goofy horror movie that's just bad on purpose, but like I don't want to watch more movies like The Strangers where it was supposed to be scary and the whole time I was super disappointed. So I think I think that the Friday the 13th movies might be fitting the bill of kind of funny
No,
because I know
they're not.
the
They're
first one
not
was
funny.
funny.
They're not funny. They are fucking dumb. As Derek put it, you can convince these kids to hang themselves with a cordless phone.
Yeah.
Like they are all dumb as hell, and they're just
You could tell them that they have Bluetooth seatbelts and they'd be tugging on that thing, being like, "What's this?"
I don't know. I don't know. I know some people. I know a lot of people have fun with them, but I personally don't understand it. The Nightmare on Elm Street movies, however, are like still campy. Like they're still super campy, but they're just more fun. They're more fun. They're more creative. They're like batshit crazy most of the time, and the first one's
Yeah.
no exception. Like the first one was absolutely wild. But
Did you start spooky season movies yet?
no. I mean, I've been watching the Friday the 13th movies, but I would argue those are summer movies. But
Okay.
I will
'Cause
be here soon. We're gonna be
I
going to
did
the
start.
silver. We're gonna go to the Silver Scream Con on Friday, so
Ooh.
that's gonna kickstart our horror movie experience. I'm not gonna go dressed as anybody this year. The only thing I can dress as for this convention is broke as fuck. So that's what I'm going as.
Yeah, maybe you'll run into another Art the Clown.
I'm probably gonna run into tons of Art the Clowns because Terrifier 3 is coming out this year. So
Yeah.
there's probably gonna be
Oh,
tons, and pretty much the whole main cast of Terrifier is going to be there as well. So
I need to ask, can I watch Terrifier 2 without seeing Terrifier 1? Because for
yeah,
some reason, like,
Terrifier
if I go
1
to.
has no like. There's not really any story. It's
Okay,
just a really creepy, fucked up movie.
so when I go to Walmart, I see Terrifier 2 all the time, but I don't see Terrifier 1, and I don't want to be like, I'll just jump to the second one.
I would still watch the first one, but you don't have to.
Okay.
You might as well.
Okay.
You might as well watch the first one, so at least you have like context as to who Art is. Well, you don't really ever get any context to who Art is, or what he is, or why he is. He just kind of is, but at least you have an understanding of what you're getting into with Terrifier 2, because Terrifier 2 is way worse by a landslide.
That's what I keep hearing, and when I hear comments like that, it makes me want to watch it.
Yeah, but I would still watch Terrifier 1 first.
Okay.
You might as well. Just fucking do it. I don't even think it's that long. It's pretty short, I'm pretty sure. But
Yeah.
I've heard that Terrifier 3 is actually getting banned in some regions, like with like early access and shit. Or like sneak previews and shit that people are able to see like early. Apparently there's some scenes in Terrifier 3 that are getting like some pretty heavy
Dude.
flack. And that's in
So
2024.
I don't know if I've brought it up on here, but this is a good episode for it. The only horror movie I have not been able to finish because it was too fucking disturbing for me was The Human Centipede 2. That
I've heard this Human Centipede 2 makes the first one look like Cinderella. Like
Yeah, look, putting stuff in black and white doesn't always fix it because that movie is gruesome. Like, it
yeah.
doesn't matter what the color scheme is. Fuck it. People can get squeamish. I don't care. We're talking about horror movies. There's parts where the dude is collecting all the people for his subjects in a fucking parking garage, and he's cutting their kneecaps open, and there's a tendon in there that he severs. And as soon as those scissors go and they separate that piece, man, I'm out.
Yeah.
It's like when you bite into a chicken breast and you just get that flat, long bone. Imagine that getting snipped by
Well,
So, yeah, that's
Oh,
every time I see them, I'm like, oh, and I turn it off. I watched the first one, and I was like, man, this is fucked. I watched the third one, and I was like, this is too much, but it's so goofy and
yeah.
doesn't make any sense that
No,
I could plow through it. But the second one, I can't.
I've heard the
I
second
tr-
one is really bad. I've not watched it, but I've heard the second one is fucking awful. Like borderline
I
a snuff film.
I tried twice to get through it, and I can't.
That just makes me want to watch it.
Yeah, you should try it.
I was going to watch Cannibal Holocaust just for the sake of watching it because I hear some pretty fucked up things about it. But after doing more research on it and shit, I don't want to watch it solely for on principle because of the making of it was super fucked. The circumstances
Mm.
were super fucked. Several animals got killed on set.
Oh,
It was all kinds of shit that was just fucked up. A lot of the indigenous people that were part of the filming process didn't get paid. Um, a lot of the indigenous people that were on set during the hut burning were actually in the hut, and they were refused access to leave. They said, "No, we're filming. Do not leave. You stay there."
what the hell?
So they had to wait until they were given the clear to get out of the burning straw hut, to get out of the fucking straw hut. And then it even got brought before court because they thought that there was actual dead bodies on film because of how well the practical effects were.
That,
Human human
that's
bodies.
terrifying.
Yes. And that's why like the whole like animal thing didn't make sense to me because if you can make a convincing enough human practical effect dead body, you can damn well make an animal. Like, come on now.
We just can't. It's like a video game. We just can't figure out the hair. Just kill the dog, all right? Throw it on the,
Yeah.
throw it in the hut.
Oh, dude, it's fucked. It's fucked. But anyway, Jesus, enough of that. That's the only reason I won't watch that. Not because I'm super super squeamish, but like I just don't want to condone anything like that. I don't want to give in to anything like that. It's fucking awful. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm probably gonna end up having to watch the Terrifier movies as well again, even though that's gonna be rough to get through. I'm not gonna lie. They're pretty fucked. They're just
I'm
unsettling.
excited.
They're just unsettling. Especially too was just like, oh my god, dude. At least now I
Yeah.
know which parts that I can like look away at, even though I probably won't because my dumbass is a glutton for punishment. But Derek and I are planning
Well,
on doing a video on Terrifier 3, so I'm gonna have to probably watch them again.
that's the stuff I like in a horror movie, though. Oh man, we could do a whole segment in here on that, like what we think makes a good horror movie. Because I know eventually, like if we made a short film like you, me, and Toby, we could pool together the things that scare us and just somehow find a way to put that on camera. But
I've got a thing with eyes and a thing with teeth. Like if you can make some creepy fucking eyes and some creepy like smiles and shit like that,
did you watch Smile?
I'm out. Yeah, and it fucked me up.
I that's on my list this season because I saw the like ending scene with the monster that pulls its face up and it's all
That's
the teeth. I'm like,
dude.
whoa, I gotta see this.
That's not even the scariest part.
Perfect.
Dude, there's parts in there that are like subtle. They're just subtle, but they'll just sit with you. The fucking image is just burned into your head, and that's the kind of shit that freaks me out.
There's shit that makes me really uncomfortable, but what works really well in horror movies for me is people that are locked into an area and they can't get out, and it's usually like because there's nothing on the outside. It's not like because you can watch a movie and be like, why don't they just leave the area? There's a lot of those that are like that. Why don't you just not go to Crystal Lake? Okay, it's pretty fucking simple.
Yeah.
But
Everybody decides
with
to make Crystal Lake their number one vacation spot. But they've got 10 fucking Friday the 13th movies, for fuck's sake.
but with movies like The Thing, the 1982 one, not the
Yeah.
fucking shit 2011 one.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
that Alien, uh, House of no, not House of a Thousand Corpses. That's we gotta talk about that though. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, and then The Hills Have Eyes, the 2006 one. All of those have that element where
There's nowhere to go.
you could leave, where the fuck are you gonna go? There's nothing.
Yeah.
And even though like you could leave the Hoyt household in Texas Chainsaw at the beginning, they do a really good job with establishing relationships. And when you hear your fucking girlfriend in there screaming because you know that she's getting cut into little pieces, it's hard for me to think like I wouldn't turn back. I would absolutely go back in that house of fucking horrors, and go.
Yeah.
And on the outside, there's bear traps.
Bone Tomahawk as well is another good one. I don't know if you've seen that or not, but
You recommended it. I still need to watch it. It didn't come up as horror for the genre on that
it's
one.
because it's a Western, I think, but it's got some pretty fucked up shit in it. Okay?
They sneak a little bit in there.
They sneak a little bit in there that I'm just like, oh, that's fucking nasty. And I don't ever want to see that again, but it has that element of like, yeah, you can leave that cave. Where the fuck are you gonna go, dude? You're surrounded by desert, and that desert is filled with indigenous people that want to kill you. Like, you ain't going nowhere.
That's how the hills have eyes.
I say indigenous people, but they're modified. They're not like what we know as indigenous people. They're indigenous to that area for the fantasy of the movie. But fuck, it is gruesome. Like, it is gruesome. But yeah, where the fuck are you gonna go? You can't go anywhere, dude. Yeah, no, I agree. That's terrifying. Yeah, no, we definitely could do a whole ass episode on that, honestly, about what makes a horror movie scary for us. But fuck, add that to the list. Add that to the list. Write that down. Write that down.
I'll get on that later.
Anyway, definitely want to do. Well, I will be doing all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I'm gonna do probably the Terrifier movies. Let's see. There was one I wanted to watch. I watch The Witch every spooky season as well. I watch that one every year.
That's another one I've been advised against watching because it's really disturbing, and I want to watch it just because of that. But I know there's I think your Black Phillip back there ends up impregnating someone, right? Isn't that part of the? Isn't that part of it? Sex with a goat or something?
No. Not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay.
There's a really fucked up scene with a baby that's not involving sex at all, but it's fucked up.
Maybe that's it.
And it will make your skin crawl, yes. But I will argue that visually speaking, there really isn't a whole lot of creepy stuff there. Like, everything that happens within the confines of the family that you're like watching is just unsettling by itself. Like, even the witch itself, the witch itself, whether you want to believe that the witch is in the woods or if it's within the family, that's entirely up for your interpretation. But the witch that does things and such is only on screen for like 20 seconds the whole film. Like, but it doesn't matter because the whole thing down to the fucking soundtrack, dude. The soundtrack, the design for any of the sounds and audio will make your fucking hair stand up. I'm not kidding. It is creepy, dude.
Like that.
It's creepy, dude. What was I looking up? I was looking up Sleepy Hollow is another one I watch every year.
Isn't it a show?
No, Sleepy Hollow. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, Tim Burton's Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, okay. I think Sleepy Hollow is a what's that really terrible TV network? I can't think of it. But
is it?
Yeah. Like the one that does The Flash and all that.
Sleepy Hollow American Drama Series. Oh, American Drama Series. Oh, okay. No. Not that. It's on Hulu.
I want to say CBS, but that's not it. Sleepy Hollow. Oh my god. Why is it not gonna give me the Oh my God, this is gonna piss me
Yeah,
off that
I don't
I
see
don't
it.
know the name of the damn TV channel. Oh well, it'll come to me eventually. Where do I want to go with this? I already started spooky season over here on my end. My wife and I, we went and watched Coraline in theaters. It was
Fox.
absolutely amazing. Not Fox, it's a different one.
Fox.
That might be the one for that show, but that's not the channel I'm thinking about.
Oh,
But the other thing was Alien was one I wanted to talk about
mm.
because that was. And I also want to ask you: Are there movies on your list that you haven't seen yet that you want to see? Alien was on mine for a while because it was like this is one of the biggest horror movies of all time. The original Alien. It holds up. It was really good. I will say the dude in the alien suit, not scary one bit. But them being trapped on that ship and the face hugger was fucking scary.
Yeah.
And it's another one of those where it's like it's not rooted in science by any means, but they directly attack the questions that the audience is going to have. Like, just take the face hugger off the dude and he'll survive. Okay, well we'll try that, and they make a little incision, and the thing spits acid everywhere. It can't be killed. If
Yeah.
you try to cut it, it shoots acid. There's also another twist in there with a certain character, the doctor or whatever, and you see people get picked off one by one like you know they're going to, but it all worked really well. And it
Yeah.
was pretty chilling.
Yeah. How Aliens is better, I think. Aliens the sequel I think is I think across the board generally regarded as better than the first one, but
Yeah.
it's one of the ones that's regarded as better in the series too, so
Well, when I saw Alien Romulus come up, I thought to myself, like, man, are we getting? I don't know why I thought this, but I was like, man, are we getting another fucking Alien movie? Don't we already get one of those every year? No, it's been like 7 years
yeah.
because Covenant was the last Alien movie, and I haven't seen any Alien movies, and now I want to watch them all.
Yeah.
But yeah, Covenant was in 2017.
I just recently watched all of them. Most of them for the first time. uh, most of them actually for the first time in a long time, I guess. Because I had seen the first one, I'd seen the second one, but I was really little. I don't remember most of it. So I went back and recently watched all of those for From the Crypt episode. Um, and then I think a lot of the middle ones I had not seen at all up until Prometheus, which is a prequel, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
I didn't know that Prometheus was an alien movie. I didn't know it was a horror movie because if you go through it on Hulu, it just says like fantasy or science fiction, and I was like, that's kind of not my vibe for a movie.
a lot of
And then I found
people
out it's
that
got aliens in it. I was like, oh,
well, a lot of people that aren't familiar with the Alien franchise didn't realize it was an Alien movie, like myself, because I hadn't watched pretty much any of the Alien movies when I had seen Prometheus. I watched it in theaters thinking it was its own thing, not even relating the visuals in the area that they go to with Alien, even though they are very reminiscent of the old Alien movies and shit. But it's because I hadn't seen them, so I was just like, "Oh, that was a cool movie, sweet," and that was it. But yeah, I liked Prometheus regardless. Even watching it again, I liked it quite a bit. I thought, and then Covenant, I thought was pretty decent, but I think it was not very well received. I'm pretty sure it wasn't very well received.
okay. 'Cause it was done by the dude that did the original.
Yeah, I remember somebody. I don't know. I'd have to go. I'd have to go back and look at my notes, but I only watched it once, so I don't know. But I wanted to go see
Ali-
Romulus, and I just had too much shit going on, so I haven't seen it yet. But
Alien's one of those movies I think that I haven't seen a newer one yet, but I'm willing to bet that it benefits from CGI over practical effects. What made that so magical was how well this practical effects were done. But the alien, the xenomorph, is a dude in a suit, and it looks like a man that's just got a big clunky leather suit on.
yeah, well, I mean,
He's just napping.
we can do a lot better with practical effects nowadays too. So
Yeah,
and
it's just
combinations of both as well. So
There's just certain contorting moves that the alien creatures need to be able to do that I think would be better done with CGI or like maybe even an animatronic. Like I mean, Jurassic Park was 1993, and that was one of the scariest movies at that time.
Yeah, I think that a combination of both usually works pretty well for stuff like that. But ones that I haven't seen, I actually found this post on Instagram from the Horror Gallery. If you want to go follow them, it's pretty cool. I just passed this post about the top, or sorry, essential folk horror films. And folk horror is basically referring to shit like The Witch or Midsummer, stuff like that. And I saw The Village on this list, and I remember seeing The Village on many lists, so The Village is one I wanted to see, because I have not seen that one yet. It's got the Blair Witch Project on here, so I don't know how that is a folk horror, but I don't know. But
Oh man, that's one I need to watch as well. Always gets brought up.
I didn't like
Now
it.
you think it's bad?
I thought it was.
I
I mean,
like found footage movies.
I understand the importance of the Blair Witch Project, and I understand what it did for horror, especially for horror, because horror is just a very hard genre to get right. And I understand for the time that it came out, I get it. But I watched it for the first time last year. I did not like it.
Wow.
It was infuriating.
Oh no.
It made my brain hurt. Like, I don't know. I don't know. One that I watched last year again, actually, for the first time in a long time, that I originally hated. Like, I didn't like. I thought it was stupid, but I watched it again for the sake of my friend that wanted to watch it. And I was like, okay, fine. I'll give it another shot. And it was The Ritual. The Ritual I thought was stupid as fuck at first, but after watching it again, I was like, okay, it's not actually that bad. I thought it was pretty fucking cool. There is still one big gripe that I have with it. It's just one character that's in there that does not need to be in there at all, and it just wastes time that they could have been using to develop the other characters, but I don't know, fight me. And then there's this one here called Kill List. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but this Wicker Man right here with like the wicker mask on.
Yeah.
I seen a post on Facebook years ago, where there was a wicker person, but it was in the middle of broad daylight, and they had this like wicker head on or whatever, in the shape of like a deer head or something, because it had like little antlers and stuff coming off of it. And I was like, dude, that looks sick as fuck. I want to watch that, right? So it was just the picture, though, and the context for the post was something completely irrelevant. It had nothing to do with the movie. Had nothing to do with movies at all. So I copied the picture and pasted it on a post myself, and I was like, hey, if anybody on my friends list knows what movie this is from, please let me know. I want to watch this, or what this is from, because I didn't know at the time if it was from a movie or what. Everyone kept telling me it was Midsummer, and I watched Midsummer, and I never seen that thing anywhere. It's not anywhere in the film. There's no wicker beast with the fucking deer head thing. And
Slam.
yeah, so I was like, no, it's not Midsummer. And then somebody else had said The Village. So that was another reason I wanted to watch The Village. But I stumbled across this post like 2 days ago. And this wicker thing, I'm pretty sure, is the same fucking thing that I seen on that post, but just at nighttime, so it looks marginally different. So the Kill List is on my list because I think that that's the fucking wicker thing that I seen years ago on that fucking Facebook post I want to watch.
You just have to watch every movie ever made, and eventually you'll find this Wicker Man.
Yeah.
There can't be that many movies out there, right?
Also, this one called Antrum has this little Baphomet thing.
Okay. Super blurry, but I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Why is it not focusing? And then I am perfectly in focus. But any other time I've done that on any other recording, my shit goes completely out of whack. I've got to turn my camera off. Technology blows my mind. But anyway, Antrim looks pretty cool.
I've been personally just
Yeah.
picking up some movies I find every now and again. Like I go to Goodwill and that's where I get most of my movies. But I found Blu-rays of Halloween 2 and The Conjuring,
Nice.
and I was like, yeah. I mean, for $3 a piece, I'll absolutely pick these up, and maybe I'll get around to watching them because haven't seen either of those. The Conjuring's one of those that always keeps coming up, though.
Yeah. Conjuring's pretty good. The first one's pretty good. The second one I think was pretty good, but I'm trying to remember which one was which. I know that there's one. Deanna and I were just talking about it the other day, where there's a part in the fucking the chick's in the dark, and then there's little hands next to her face just go, and then they like disappear into the darkness, and we were like, oh. Fuck that shit, dude. Oh. It's just got a bunch of really creepy, like unsettling shit like that throughout the whole movie, but
Oh man, my wife and I are also supposed to watch The Watchers at some point, the new M. Night Shyamalan movie.
The
It
Watchers.
looked okay. Okay. It looked okay. Yeah, we were just watching some of the previews in theaters one day, and that came up, and it was like I think it was two families in these two separate rooms that's just out in the fucking woods, and there's a panel between them, but they don't know it, I think
Huh.
is the premise of it, and someone's just watching them. I don't know, it
Oh
looks kind of
shit.
creepy,
This actually does look kind of creepy.
so we want to give that a watch for sure.
It's rated PG-13. Lame.
Oh,
Where is it streaming?
it's on Max.
Apparently, it's on YouTube
You
and
can,
Hulu and Prime. No,
that's
never mind.
weird.
Those are all premium subscriptions. Never mind.
Yeah, you can watch it on Max.
Dakota
That's where we've
Fanning.
got it added
Huh.
to the list.
Haven't seen Dakota Fanning in a movie in a long time. That's pretty cool.
Have you watched any of the VHS movies?
Yes. Yes, I got through.
I only
Uh,
watched the first one, and it still sticks with me so much so that I want to watch the second and third one,
Wait a
which I
minute.
think is VHS 99 and VHS 85.
I'm a liar. No, I have not.
Those are also just found footage, but they're collections of short films that are found footage horror movies, and they're
No,
supposed to all kind of be tied together, but
I'm
they're
a,
not.
I'm a liar. I haven't seen any of those.
I like those effects. I like when the shit looks real.
Yeah,
Like it's just
it
being
can.
filmed and it's
If
got the
it
film grain.
if it can take you out of the fantasy, it makes it feel a lot scarier because it makes you feel like it can actually happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Final round. What movies do you have that are just absolute staples that you can't wait to rewatch?
Well, I already talked about Nightmare on Elm Street. That's one that I watch every year. I I just I have to. Um, a lot of people might expect me to pick like something like Nightmare Before Christmas or some shit, but believe it or not, I actually watch that on Christmas every year. Uh, I know it's like super Halloween, but my mentality for the I mean, and this is something I've done for years and years and years is that there's too many fucking Christmas movies as it is. There's too many fucking Christmas movies that are
Yeah.
absolutely copy and pasted from every other fucking Christmas movie, with the exception of a few. So I want to watch something that is just out of the ordinary for Christmas time. So I pick something that is still technically kind of a Christmas movie, and I watch that every year on Christmas. But um, man, staples.
You don't have just favorites that are absolute bangers you want to rewatch?
Well, it's not really spooky season shit, but I usually go through the Lord of the Rings in the fall. Uh,
Okay.
but they're not. Again, they're not spooky season movies. They're just that's just something that because the fall's cozy, and Lord of the Rings is like my happy place, as you can
Fuck
see.
Lord of the Rings. It's full of plot holes. I want
Oh,
blood and I want
I
gore.
debunked all your plot holes.
You
Um,
didn't.
yeah, I did. All of your plot holes were null.
I know every day you go to bed, you're like, man, I've got to. How? How did Mithril not protect Frodo from Shelob Sting? That's you every night. You're sitting there, you got charts and you got graphs with the damn yarn going. You're like, okay, I got to make sure there's no way the Nazguls could have made that jump onto that boat. It's all smoke and mirrors. The angle, it's camera tricks.
Shut the fuck up. Oh man. Man. It's gotta be. Sleepy Hollow's up there. I do try to watch that every spooky season. And I always look forward to it, I guess. Not really spooky season either, but fall still. Fantastic Mr. Fox. I watch every year on Thanksgiving.
That's a good one.
On Thanksgiving, we watch it every year because it's just a fucking damn good movie to watch on Thanksgiving.
You cussing me?
You cussing at me? Are you cussing at me? Dude, I fucking love that movie so much. It's so good.
Well, a couple I'm gonna be rewatching is probably Texas Chainsaw: The Beginning, just because it's still super good. I don't know if you did watch it yet or not.
No.
You need
No,
to.
I did not.
Man, you made a whole song with me on it, and you're like,
I haven't watched any of the Texas Chainsaw movies.
you only need to see the one. The rest are garbage.
Yeah, that's what everyone tells me
Complete
about the Friday the 13th movies, too, and they're all garbage, so...
Yeah, well, I think you might like The Beginning, just because, I don't know. I thought it was really, really well done. Very bloody, very gory. Michael Bay, great job. Shockingly.
Nice.
I just don't see him doing horror. But I'm going to watch that. House of a Thousand Corpses, one of my all-time favorite horror movies. Gotta watch that. The whole
Really?
trilogy sucks, but House of a Thousand Corpses
It's pretty
still
good.
fucking crazy good, man.
Pretty good.
I don't know if I'm gonna rewatch The Thing. I really want to, but I've got so many other movies I need to churn through that I don't know if it's gonna make it up there.
Another fun one that a lot of people, I think, missed, or it went over or under people's radars, is Fear Inc. If you get a chance to watch Fear Inc., check that out. It's fun.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it.
It's pretty fun. It's got some twists and shit in it, but I can't really say anything about it because the whole point is, I don't know, all the twists start pretty early and they don't stop twisting until the end, so I can't really say anything about it. But Fear Inc., check that out. It's a pretty good one.
Okay.
Definitely a good spooky season movie for sure. I might show that one to my girlfriend. I know she hasn't seen it because she hasn't seen anything, but
Are you gonna watch any of the Saw movies?
no.
They're also pretty bad, but I think I might watch Saw X again.
Saw 1 was good, and
Yeah.
I think Saw 1 was probably the best one. And I don't know how they would have continued on doing that really well, but if they were able to continue doing what they did in the first one again, then I would have probably liked them more, but they didn't.
Yeah, and first one was like top tier. The second one, it was like, yeah, this is also still really good. And then the third one, it's like, oh, okay, there's another person that's been here the whole time that we didn't know about, and it just literally, no pun intended, it spirals, and it's stupid.
Yeah, I fell
Six
off.
is pretty
I
good.
was not a big fan of the Saw series. Oh, Candyman. Fuck. Jesus
Yeah, dude, come on.
Christ, dude.
The new one or the old one?
Fuck, both. The new one is a sequel.
Oh,
The new one's a sequel.
that's right, it is, yeah.
And it was good. I don't care what anybody says. It was a damn good sequel, I think. And the original one was also amazing.
I don't know if I would enjoy watching the new one again, but I was in the theater alone, and it was awesome just to sit there and watch that.
It's creepy, dude. It's fucking creepy. Like,
Yeah.
there's just like stuff if you're able to catch in your peripherals while you're watching it that you probably missed the first time you've seen it. Oh. Oh, It chapter 1 and 2 both are happening. Those I always get excited to watch. I love them. Yes.
No.
They're so good. It chapter 1, It chapter 2, both staples. Must
I fell
have.
asleep.
You need to try again.
I fell
son.
asleep watching the second one.
The second one's not as good, but the first one is a banger. It is a must. It happens every year. Will happen this year. I love it. The camaraderie between the kids and the legitimate fun banter between everybody and character arcs and shit throughout the whole movie it's fucking top tier. Not even talking about the performances, which were also all top tier. Like, it's insane.
I remember liking the first one a lot, and I did watch that in theaters, and that was when I was like, God, I think we went with a parent because we were still super young.
Fuck that. It Chapter 2, I was in the theater next to this like really really old black lady that was like, I'm talking like a really old shriveled up lady. She was by herself. And the fucking movie opens up with a hate crime. I was like, God damn, what in the
Yeah,
fuck?
it does.
And this lady's like, the whole time, I'm just like, oh shit, like just reaction jumping and shit. And she's like over here just hysterically laughing every single time I do or say anything. And she's like, just an absolutely wholesome lady. I hope she's doing okay. I love that lady.
I was hoping for more of like a blind Al from Deadpool 3 or any of the
Shut the
Deadpool
fuck
movies,
up.
I guess.
I'm trying to watch the movie.
Like you just opens with the hate crime and she just stands up and go, well, I'm out, and then leaves.
Oh, dude, no, she was chill. She was chill as fuck. But anyway, yeah, It Chapter 1 absolutely happens. I watch It Chapter 2 for the completionist in me, but yeah, those are my main ones. I don't know why I blanked on those so hard. They're like my go-tos. It Chapter 1 for sure and Candyman are like in here.
I know I'm probably forgetting some. All the Godzilla movies that I'm watching right now, they're no longer horror. They're just goofy monster fights.
Yeah.
So I don't really count any of those. Shin Godzilla would probably count. I need to watch that again. I can't get my fucking wife to watch this movie with me. One of my favorites, and she won't.
Just strap her in a chair and tape her eyelids open.
Like Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
And then we watch Clockwork Orange.
Oh God, don't do that.
Yeah, that movie makes you sick to your stomach.
Fucking awful. Ugh. What's another fucking... You just made me think of one and I just forgot.
The Halloween movies, the newer ones, the reboot trilogy. I will watch Halloween 2018 or 2019. Was it 2018 or 2019? Yeah, I'll watch that again just because I haven't seen it in such a long time. I won't. And then I do want to watch Halloween Kills again just because it's a good slasher.
No, it's fucking horrible.
No, it's a bad movie. It's a good slasher, though. If you want to see people just get killed in a really cool way, that's a good movie to watch.
If anybody wants to know my full-hearted, honest opinion on the new Halloween trilogy, the newest movies that came out with Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends, go to From the Crypt. Find our Halloween episode. It's the only Halloween episode we have up right now. Yeah. Actually, if you're watching this, it might not be, because we're doing another fucking Halloween episode on the old movies in October, so I don't know when this is going up, and I don't know when you're going to see that, but find the one about that trilogy. I think it's the David Gordon Green or something trilogy. I can't remember the guy's name, but anyway, you'll know it when you see it. That's my honest-to-God opinion on those fucking movies. They give me a headache. I am not going to talk about them anymore. Honestly, even the original Halloweens are pretty hard to get through.
I hated the first Halloween. I watched it and I'm like, I know this is like...
They're just slow.
This is where all the tropes and shit come from, but it's still super terrible to watch.
They're just so slow. They're just like... I don't know. I feel like for as much flack as the Rob Zombie Halloweens get, they're at least more fun to watch because there's more happening. There's more going on.
No.
Yeah, there is. There's just more happening. It's more of a vibrant film as opposed to solid grayscale almost across the whole thing, going at like a snail's pace the whole time. I'm like, dude, are we gonna kill anybody? Or like, are we just gonna keep walking for
Are
fucking
you gonna
miles like
stab
that?
this bitch, or are you just gonna keep staring at her?
Yeah,
Like,
seriously.
what?
What the fuck? Anyway. Oh, no blood either in the original one, I don't think.
Yeah, that was a
So,
big problem with Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
but the Rob Zombie ones have them.
Yeah, the
No
Rob
blood.
Zombie ones also had naked children, and that is a big no-no for me. I
Did
don't
it?
like
Did
that.
they?
Yes, the very beginning of the first one,
I
it
don't.
was
I don't remember that.
Michael's sister is having sex with some other dude, and like I'm like this looks really wrong, and
Ah,
I even looked it up, and I was like the actors for that for yeah, they were children at that time.
oof. Okay, I did not
I
know
was
that.
like,
I
oh.
didn't know that. Did not know that. But aside from that, the movies are more fun than the fucking original Halloween movies. I'm gonna stand by that.
Yeah.
Anyway, the newest ones are awful. I will not watch those again. But Nightmare on Elm Street holds up to this day for sure. I kind of want to go back and give Child's Play another chance because I haven't seen Child's Play in a while, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I want to yet, but I kind of do. I just remember not really caring. It was alright, but wasn't my cup of tea. However, I love Brad Dourif, so I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a different shot. Um,
I feel like when I was a kid, the Leprechaun movies stood out to me as scary, but now I don't know if they would. I kind of want to give one a shot just to see, but I don't know.
I haven't seen those in a long time. Long time.
Yeah, people aren't even gonna know what that is when I say it out loud.
I still have to
It,
fucking watch Friday the 13th X, or sorry, Jason X.
yeah,
Um,
I want to watch that.
I've got to go back and make sure I didn't get the fucking censored version. Because if I did, I'm gonna go back and get the uncensored version because there's absolutely zero other reason to watch these movies at all. Um,
Yep.
so that's gonna happen. Um, yeah, I don't know. That's mainly it. Nightmare on Elm Street, Candyman, The Witch, It, at least Chapter 1. I try to do the Lord of the Rings during the fall season, but that's something that I have no problem carrying into winter. Same with the Harry Potter movies. I try to get all those done. I already did. I always do Pirates of the Caribbean in the summer because they're just more summery movies, and then I do
Hmm.
Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter in the fall and winter, and then I've also been really trying to get my girlfriend through the fucking MCU movies.
Where you at now?
We just finished Iron Man 2.
That's a good one.
Yeah, but like several days ago, like almost a week ago now. And we have not moved on to the Hulk. So, the Incredible Hulk with
Oh, you
Edward
haven't
Norton.
watched that.
Yeah, because it's
That's
Iron
a
Man
good
1,
one.
and then Iron Man 2, and then the Incredible Hulk, then Thor, then the Avengers. So, trying. I'm trying.
Hulk good.
I even told her we can do the Thor first if you want, and then we'll do the Incredible Hulk after. But you might as well get introduced to both of them before we do the Avengers, okay? Because technically, with Iron Man 2, you got introduced to Nat. No one really introduces Hawkeye until the Avengers, I'm pretty sure, right? Pretty sure
Yeah.
Hawkeye comes out in the
He
Avengers.
only comes in the Avengers.
Yeah, and that's everybody. So, boom. Oh, Loki and Thor, obviously. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling. Those are my main ones. And I'll be lucky to get a lot of those done. So, Nightmare on Elm Street, It, and Candyman definitely happening. The rest of those, I'm going to try to. But, crazy times, man. Holidays are a crazy time of year. Especially
Yeah,
now that
that they
there's
are.
two babies that I'm living with as well now, so that's gonna make it even crazier of a crazy time. Deanna's birthday's coming up. One of the little's birthday's coming up. My little brother's birthday's coming up, which I know obviously we're not celebrating here, but it's just got a bunch of birthdays in the fall. Fuck. Chelsea's birthday's coming up. Jesus Christ. Then we got Halloween. And then we got Thanksgiving. And then we got Christmas. God
and then we start the damn cycle all over again.
Oh, we started all over again. Then we got New Year's, which I'm probably going to be asleep for anyway. So I don't really drink that much, to be honest with you. Not as much as I used to. So, anyway. Got any closing thoughts? Any other last minute appendages you want to flop around?
I've heard mixed things about Hereditary, but I got a little $5 Blu-ray of it from Target a while back.
Hereditary's good.
It's been sitting on my movie shelf, so I'm gonna.
I don't know why. I don't know where you've heard mixed reviews from Hereditary. I've heard nothing but good things about Hereditary.
I've heard that like it's not scary. It's just like a little unsettling, and it's not. I don't know. Some people say it's pretty good.
It's fucked. It's fucked.
Well, I love that.
It's very fucked.
My other thought was
the first time I seen it, I lost sleep a little bit. Like it was fucked.
My other thought is I was super depressed to see the selection this year at Walmart. I was super excited because last year I didn't take full advantage of all the Halloween movies they had. And this year they're all like shit movies. Like they've got the Tremors collection, they've got Chucky movies, the Halloween trilogy, the new one, and it's all movies they already have on the shelf year round, except these ones are like a black and orange glow-in-the-dark slipcover.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. If it's not a good movie, I'm not interested. Even the Steelbooks aren't that great. The only Steelbook horror movie they have that actually has above a 50% in Rotten Tomatoes, if you choose to believe those reviews, is You're Next. And all the Steelbooks look cool, but if it's a dog shit movie, I don't want it. I'm not gonna get the Leatherface Steelbook because I know that movie bad.
Most, I'm pretty sure horror movies have some of the shittiest reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
They do, yeah.
Horror movies are hard to get right because they're just, I don't know. I mean, I feel like any movie, I guess, is hard to get right, but horror movies a different beast because scaring people is so much harder now than it used to be. Because everybody's seen it all, you know? So
I think a lot of the ones that get higher reviews are also like an intricate, puzzling story.
Yeah. Versus
the stuff that I like, which is just maim people and cut them to bits. I have, another one was Silent Hill. I heard that's shit. But I added that to my list just because I heard how Pyramid Head kills someone, and I was like, I want to see that. That's my type of horror. Just peeling the skin off of a person.
I like the Silent Hill movies. Movie? No, there's two, isn't there?
I don't know if there's a second. I just know that there's the 2006 one. And there's a really sweet spot between 2000 and
there's one
2010 where the horror movies are just bangers for me.
Revelation in 2012, which I don't think I've watched Revelation actually.
I haven't.
Okay.
I've not watched any of them.
I'm gonna have to peep that. It's got an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yikes! But the first Silent Hill, the 2016 one, I like quite a bit.
2006 one?
Yeah, 32%, much better than 8. So.
Yeah.
Speaking of Silent Hill, at some point or another, Toby lent me this bad boy.
Ooh.
And I want to stream it really bad.
I might pee my pants if I played a horror game.
This is going to be a slosh because the first one is a slosh, but my goal hopefully is to get this one done before the Silent Hill 2 remake comes out so I can stream the remake of Silent Hill 2 so I don't have to sit through the slosh fest of the original Silent Hill 2 because I know the controls are already going to piss me off in this.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very difficult to get through. But we'll see. I gotta get my capture card and all that stuff. But anyway,
That's it for me.
that's all I got.
I'm gassed.
I am also gassed. I may try to get the new Evil Dead movies in there somewhere if I can, but we'll see. Otherwise, that's it. Make sure you let
Watch
us know.
some horror movies.
Yeah, down in the comments, let us know what horror movies, or scary movies, or spooky season movies, or fall movies, or whatever that you guys are watching this season for 2024. Down in the comments below. We appreciate it. Tell us some that we missed, maybe, that we should check out, and we'll check those out for sure. Maybe. We'll see. Depends on if we have time to, but we'll give them a look at the very least. Make sure you like this.
Nope, sounds like shit. Toss.
Yeah, if the title is ass, I'm not even gonna click on a link or anything. Fuck that shit. Like this video. Subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this or anything else that we've had on the channel in the past. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace. Also, check out our Instagram. Bye.